No one in the room, please. This recording.
We're going live. We're live, baby.
Thank you.
Good morning, mob family. Hello, everyone. Let's see if everyone shows up. Live. Let's see where everyone is. Hopefully, everyone is okay today. Good morning, Linda. How are you? Welcome. I'm gonna let everyone know that we are live. Hello, Julie. Good morning. Good morning, Julie. I guess I don't need to let everyone know that we're live. Can you guys hear me okay? Good morning, Elaine. Hello. Good morning, Diane. Welcome. Hello, Jenny. Morning. Well, morning wherever you are, afternoon if you're in a place where it's afternoon and evening. If you're like way across the pond, or I guess Australia. Hope you're all doing well today. I keep freezing. Yes, it's our wonderful technical situation. Good morning, Laura. Morning, Robert. Good to see you. Dolly and the Valkyries and the Warrior are all over the place in the house. I'm a little blurry today. Yeah, it's our technical situation. We're working on it. Babe, see if you can pass me a little towel. Let's see. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. It's a matter of the tech. Yeah, I'm pixelated again. It's a matter of the tech catching up to what we want to do. Good morning, Amanda. Morning, John. Welcome. Thank you, baby. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to come in. I know I'm pixelated and it's looking funky. So, I hope you're all doing well today. I'm going to have to speak to Chris to see if we can work this out. We were supposed to do like a YouTube stream, but we gotta iron that out. A live stream. I think that's where we're going to have to go. A live stream. Good morning. I think that might have to be the way to go if we keep having these glitches. For sure. Yeah, it's a matter. I think it's a matter of several factors. You know, the audio is fine. It's just that the video gets all funky. I'll wait till the come on and then we'll get started. Like a minute or so. Well, I'm glad that you can relax, Diane. That's excellent. I'm moving us around just a bit to see if we can get a better signal. Yeah. All right, let me get started. Yeah, we're still trying to iron out that whole YouTube thing. So it's something. Sorry, guys. I pressed some button and paused it. Oh, let's see where you guys. Okay. All right, let's start because it's already 11:05. So we're gonna start. So good morning, guys. Thank you all for being here today. I know we're having technical, glitchy kind of, things, but we'll work it out. So first, let me say hi to the whole family, everyone, Dolly. I just got hit with a software update. Wonderful. In the middle of what we're doing. So had all the family, to Dolly, the kids, everyone, my sister, the big kids, the whole tribe. You've seen a lot of the videos that Orlando and Joshua are putting up, so that's basically what they're doing. Oh, Craig, that's a great movie, Expendable 2. I haven't seen anything past the Expendables, so I'd like to know how the rest are. It's very much like, it's just a lot of explosions, I know, but a lot of big name actors, so it's kind of fun to watch. Oh, I'm looking clearer. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, guys, give me like regular updates of how I'm doing, how the video feed is looking. Hello, Audrey. Hello, Marie. Hello. Welcome. I'll wave to you guys. So, hello to the family. Hello to everyone, all the Valkyries and all the kids, and my sister, and everyone. As always, I'll remind you at the top that go to our YouTube channel. We're going to start live streaming on YouTube. I think that's going to have to be the way to go. FB is acting really funky with this video stuff, and we want to be able to have more of a presence on YouTube. Yeah, if it's skipping, let me know. I think there's a lag to the audio in the video. It might be a little bit off. So we might have to go to... it's been a crazy week, but we might have to go to YouTube Direct and do a live stream there and see how that works. Just test it out and see. It's something to think about and something to see if we can go in that direction. FB is funky. Yup. It's acting funky this time. Hello, Sue. Great to see you. And also depends on your connection, I think, as well as mine, but it's yours. And I'm doing this on the phone because I want to be able to have the option of mobility, like when things calm down a bit, go outside, go to different locations, and be able to do this, our cafe clutch as Mob TV, in different places, and having it just in the computer ties us down. So I kind of like the whole concept of being able to go take you guys with me and go somewhere and have our Mob TV in a different location. So I'm gonna see how we can do this in a way that allows me to use the phone. So, I have to have a good connection to be able to do that. So, thank you, Laura. Yeah, I'm glad you're getting a good reception. All right, so we're on Instagram, Bitten Peaches. I don't see a lot of you guys there, so I know I haven't put a lot of content up there, but Dolly's gonna put all these links up in the Mob page later today, so please find our Instagram page, like Bitten Peaches. Let's get a good group of us there. And on YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, please. Give me a thumbs up and say you are doing it, please. Am I doing what, Craig? What am I doing? Good morning, Gary. Welcome. So, yeah. So, I don't know. What am I doing, Craig? I'll do this. Thumbs up. What is it you want me to do? I'm a little wary. Dragons can be sneaky. So also, our Zazzle store is exploding. Dolly's been working overtime putting stuff on the Zazzle store, so please give it a visit. Dolly will also put the link up, but it's EMANDES on the Zazzle store, so you can find us there. And she's put up so much stuff. Even I don't know half the stuff that she's put on there. So yeah, John, take care. It's great to see you. But yeah, it was good to have you visit. Got to do work stuff. I know you got to do it for sure. Oh, it's about a 1 to 2 second video to audio mismatch. Okay, so if you have a lag, I apologize. It's not something that we can really control too much on our end, but we're going to try and find a solution that's within our power to do so. Okay? All right, so in the Zaza store, I saw keychains, bandanas, more mugs, watch straps. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Just go to the store and browse. I think it's just growing. Yeah, I need to get another one, Jenny. It's like the only reason I have to get a hat. There's a Bitten Peaches hat I'm gonna get, and there's a few mugs I want to get. Dolly's made some awesome mugs. So yeah, Malcolm, happy birthday and good morning / good afternoon. So yeah, so that's one of the things I have to go there. That's always a good solution, Diane. Diane says that the audio and video is good now. It just needed to wake up. Maybe it needed some coffee. Probably needed some coffee. Yeah, there's a coffee stein also that's really big. I have it in the kitchen, but it's enormous. It's about the size I need. It's about the same as this. So that this is just squat and really round. The other one is just tall and thin, but they hold about the same. But yeah, I need a large cup to hold the amount of coffee that I drink. For sure. So Dolly's going to post all the links in the group again. I'll see if we can pin it to the top link so that when people come in, new people come in, they can just see all the links that we have, things like that. We're at 1326 members, it says, which is amazing. When we started the mob, there were 56 people. So, yeah, now we're at 1326. So, it's amazing. And I'm looking at the feed on... So if you see me staring off to the side, it's because I'm looking at the feed on YouTube as well. So I don't miss any questions. Because on the phone itself, I'll miss questions as they scroll up. I'll miss the feed. So this lets me kind of look at the feed here on YouTube also, so I don't miss you guys. So let's see what's up and what's happening. Mono Finden, the fantastically gifted artist, made some new Monty and Strong art. If you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure Dolly will put that up on Zazzle in some shape or form. So that's gonna be look for that, because that's gonna happen soon. And Mona's made some incredible art, so that's gonna be more stuff for the store. Someone was asking, I think it was Malcolm, I'm not sure. Someone was asking for prints. So we'll see if we can do that too. Have a way to, kind of frame them and put them up, because even I want some frames. I want to have that kind of frame the Mona Finden art and the Galen Dara art. Galen Dara is just so busy that she can't do any more stuff for me, because she gets commissioned to do things for covers and books and magazines. She goes to shows. I mean, I don't know how much she's doing now with the virus going on, but I know that she was busy up until the end of the year. So that's something that it's sad, but I'm glad that she's busy. But Mona has been able to fit me into a schedule. Mona's another one that's booked until, I want to say, next year, April. She's booked, so she's really busy. But her art is very specific. Someone made a comment today that Monty and Simon are looking younger in the art pieces. Like Monty looks like 20 something, and Simon looks about 17. So, but no, they're older. It's just that's just her interpretation of both of them. So that's the art. It's been up. It's going to probably go up in the Zazzle store soon. So stay tuned to look for that. And Dolly will put up a link to check in. You guys can go see and get some more stuff. Craig wants to know about the secret project. If I tell you about the secret project, how is it going to be a secret, Craig? I'll give spoilers because I'm good at that, but I really can't tell you much. Plus, there are a lot of things that have to get done before that book. I can tell you the title, and I'm working on a cover with. I'll be working on a cover with Deranged at some point. I know that they're busy too. They're backed up. They have a lot of stuff to do. So, yes, Jenny, go get your mug. Jenny says that reminds me. I need to get a coffee mug. Yes, Jenny, please get your mug. The secret project is going to be. If you saw the picture that I put up of Agatha Christie, Dame Agatha, she's been quite an inspiration for my writing, among many other writers, obviously. But it's, I don't want to give away too much, because then if I give away too much, I want to start writing it, and I have a lot of things that need to get done. So, I like how Linda thinks. Linda says, it would be a secret from everyone else, but not us. So basically, it's a murder mystery along the lines of Hercule Poirot type thing, because that's why you saw Agatha Christie, Dame Agatha. And it has, obviously, some supernatural bent to it, but I can't give away too much. It's not set in the Monty and Strong world yet. I don't think it will be. Maybe it'll have some connection, but I don't think so. Kind of want to have it stand alone and be a little different, because it's not mages and magic in that sense. It's closer to what Huracan is. You know, like there's a supernatural element to it, but it's not only supernatural. It's more kind of thriller. So this is going to be a murder mystery, and there's a character, and he's going to be, he has an assistant, and I'll give you one thing, part of the premise is that he's a dream walker, and if you understand shamanism in Native American culture, a dream walker is a person who can enter people's dreams and help them get over situations or deal with problems, or this is going to be a little bit more into that. So he's a dream walker, and his assistant, her name is Siren with a Y, and she kind of anchors him when he does his dream walking. And so, and they solve murders. So there you go. So, but it's going to be very much Hercule Poirot feel. So, yes, Craig, there's definitely going to be more Gideon and Blackjack, you dragging you. Yeah, it's going to definitely be more. I have a whole bunch of covers that are due for Blackjack and for Gideon and the designers. You guys have seen the covers for the designers, so there's a lot of stuff. There's other series that you guys haven't even heard of, like the Broken Man series, the Nixia White series, the things that are way down the pipeline that are coming. So, yeah. Hey, Mark, good afternoon. Welcome. But I have to get Sepia done, right? And there's another Gray and Coda book coming after this Monty and Strong book. So, yeah. And that has to get done. And I really want to focus on getting Sepia done this year. No, you're not late, Malcolm. You're here just in time. So, oh, Rebecca, yeah, that's a great anime, House Moving Castle. So basically, it's gonna be a house of many rooms. Yeah, the writing. I just had another idea recently, but I can't. That one is really secret. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I might give that idea to another writer to do, because I don't have the time. I don't think. But I grew up reading mysteries, and I just bought again the Agatha Christie collection. So it's like, I don't know, like 15, 20 of her books in e-form. So I'll be reading those kind of to restart my mystery brain, because the mystery has a specific thing that has to happen. And, you know, they have tropes, like urban fantasy has tropes, mystery has tropes. So I love mystery, and I grew up watching Hercule Poirot and things like that. So, and Sherlock, obviously, you know. So, yeah, and I one of the things that attracted me to Batman was that some of his arch nemesis or his enemies would call him the great detective. So, I'm a big fan of mystery, and I'm a big fan of pulp mystery. So, that's going to be fun. Like, Chandler and Dashiell Hammett, big fan of both those forms of writing. So yeah, Audrey, yeah. Oh, my phone was shame upon my house. It was an alarm because I'm doing laundry, and the laundry started at 11 and it's done, but I don't have to get it until after our coffee clutch on Mob TV. So, the typical kind of things I have to get done in around life of everything. So let me give you the update of what's happening. Let's see. Yeah, I've read. Diane asked me if I read Nero Wolfe. Yes, I've read Nero Wolfe also. I kind of grew up with a lot of mystery on TV and more in reading. So mystery is very much in my wheelhouse. I just never thought about writing it. But I'm going to. Even Monty and Strong is a detective agency because part of me is always there has to be some element of mystery. So don't forget the cow. Okay, Rebecca. I don't get that reference, but okay. So Mark says mystery needs foddering old ladies that everyone unwittingly reveals all of their pertinent details. Yeah, that's the Marple series. That sounds like the Marple series. Craig, I have not tried Glenn Cook. So doddering. Okay, yeah, because I was like, what's foddering? So doddering, yes. So I grew up reading and watching mystery, so I enjoy it very much. But I've never written it. Morning, Mark Rollison. Come on in. I've never written it, and so I'm going to try and see if I can do a straight mystery, just like I did with Gideon, which was a straight thriller with no magic. So Miss Marple is a delight, yeah. And I think mystery would be a lot. I don't think I can ever write cozy mysteries, but I can definitely do more closer to Hercule and Sherlock. I think I want to kind of lean towards Hercule, Sherlock, create a character that has some kind of supernatural feel, but uses his intellect and his wits. Yeah, Doc Savage, The Spider, Justice Inc., Pulp Fiction. I grew up with Pulp Fiction. I mean, it's before my time. I'm not that old, but Pulp Fiction really was kind of like what I read a lot growing up. And comics. Comics is considered by many to be a kind of a Pulp Fiction. So, yeah. So let me give you an update, guys, on what's happening. So Dragon's Impasse is going live June 26th. Which is about a week from now. So if you haven't pre-ordered it, pre-order it because I think it's $2.99 on the pre-order, and when it goes live, it's going to $4.99. So get that. Hello, Annie. Welcome. So get it now. It's at $2.99, and I think it's still $2.99. And then when it goes live after the pre-order, it's gonna go straight to $4.99 because Amazon gets funky when you make price changes. So get that now if you haven't already. It's a fun book. And as you guys know, it's the last one that I'm writing in the Badlands because my schedule is just slammed and the Badlands books were throwing me off schedule. So it's the last one I'm writing, but John is going to continue with book 4 and book 5, which I'm sure I already read a little bit of book 4 and it's awesome. So book 3 is going to be out soon, and then John's already working on book 4. So you're going to have the 5-book series really soon. Dark Glass, which is the Monty and Strong book number 11. I can't believe I'm at 11 books already. The Monty and Strong. Book 11 is going to the art July 17th. So soon, TM. It's going soon. So it's progressing nicely. The story. I already showed you guys a picture of the Hindu temple, which is the largest Hindu temple in the world. Bye, Rebecca. Which is the largest Hindu temple in the world, located in New Jersey. Surprisingly, I didn't know that. So that's going to be an interesting experience because they're going to have to go to that temple to go find Kali, which she shows up in this book. So that's going to be fun. So that'll be going to the art July 17th, around there. And then Blood Rule, which is the last of Michigo's story, is going to be mid-July also. It goes to the art. Because it's faster. It's a shorter book, so it's a faster finish. And you guys should be able to... You might be doing 2 simultaneous arts, or sequentially one right after the other. We'll see. Don't forget, Blood Ascension and Blood Betrayal are live. And so don't forget to leave your reviews, please. Because it helps the books. And it helps get visibility on Amazon. Despite what people say, like me, like you, people... when they see books or they see items at Amazon, the first things they do, because I do this, is go check reviews. So some of the reviews are good, some of the reviews, it doesn't really matter as long as it has reviews, because that means people have seen it and they're commenting on it. And for Amazon, it's not the length of the review, but the fact that the item has reviews. That's why they get really picky about reviews, because it's social proof. So please go leave reviews for, I know life gets in the way, but go leave reviews for Blood Ascension and Blood Betrayal when you get a moment. It doesn't have to be long. It could just be, hey, I really enjoyed it, or hey, this cliffhanger's killing me, you know, things like that. And once again, I apologize. But I wrap up everything in Blood Rules, so don't feel bad, okay? Next. Night Warden. So the next book for Night Warden is right after Monty and Strong 11, right after Dark Glass. It's going to be Nocturne Melody, and that's coming out. That's going to be due, I think, in October sometime. So that's the next one. And then there's Sepia. So Sepia is going to get done right after Nocturne Melody. Probably there's a big gap there, so probably around the same time. So I'll be doing like simultaneous writing. I have to probably read Sepia, the third book of Sepia, just to kind of get back into the flow of it. Even though I was doing a little bit of research in Sepia for this Monty and Strong book, because they make a cameo in Sepia's world, which is so much fun. I mean, I had a lot of fun putting them in Sepia's world. So I think for the fourth book, which is Nameless for Sepia, not that it's nameless, the actual title is Nameless. If you remember Sepia's story, they have swords, and one sword was more powerful than all the other swords. That sword had no name, so that's why it's called Nameless. Not that the book is nameless. That's the actual title. So that one is going to be towards the end of the year. So yeah, so Sepia will get done. Trust me, it'll get done. I know. You guys have been waiting a long time for Sepia. So, what else is going on? Oh, audiobooks. Dolly made a whole list for me, so she's so awesome. So, Silver Cloud's Dirty Sky has been approved. We approved it. Audible is doing their thing, or ACX is doing their thing, so they have to approve it. And now it's just a waiting game. So hopefully it'll come out really soon, and you guys can have it. And then Homecoming has already been finished. We just have to go through it and approve it. And it's a whole process. It's like about a month cycle it takes to approve it, send the approval, get it out there, and then it gets to Audible, and then they take a few weeks, and then just about a month. So how are you guys doing? I think that's all the announcements I have for now. So how are you guys doing? There's a bunch of you, 11 of you. It's a small group today, but that's awesome. Even if it was one person, it's awesome. Or I can be here by myself and just talk. I could probably do this talking to myself. Is that a fire sprinkler in the ceiling behind me? That's my lamp. It's not a fire sprinkler. It's the actual lamp of the room. Because of the angle of the camera, you can see it. The way the phone is set. Usually, the angle's different, but yeah. So that is the lamp. Are you, Marie? That's great to hear. How are you guys doing with... Bye, Laura. Yes, please, if you have to take medication, please go. I hope your hand recovers quickly. I say that every day, Audrey. Dolly, thank you for everything that you do. Yeah,
you're welcome.
She says she heard her in the back because she's going back and forth. She has to go out with the warrior. So
I'm the kid's personal assistant.
Yeah.
So I have to take care of the personal agendas, and then I'm the chauffeur. So
there you go.
Hi, everyone. See you guys in 2 weeks.
She's going to say bye. Yeah, so, yeah, it's good to hear. I'm guessing, Jenny, that you're saying life is good or light is good. Which one? I don't know. Linda asks, now that New York is opening up, have you ventured out yet? No, not really. I mean, The kids will go out to the park. There's a park nearby, about 10 blocks away. They closed off a street so you could actually walk in the street and maintain social distance. And then there's a park, and Dolly takes the kids there, and they'll spend an afternoon there. But we haven't really opened up on a larger scale because, as you know, if you've been watching the news, the states that are opening up are actually seeing spikes. So I'd prefer that we wait as a state, as a city, instead of opening up because we have a lot of people here. So, yeah. So let's see. Let's see what some of you guys are saying. Oh, Dolly deserves chocolates. Lots and lots. I get her lots and lots of chocolates. Don't forget to go to CVS and get lots and lots of chocolates. Thank you, Jenny. It's a good reminder. Yeah, but we do. I love chocolate. So, yeah. Hi, Sue. Oh, I'm saying hi for Dolly, Sue. Let's see. Craig, yes, she is a professional cat herder. She's very good at it. As am I, Sue. I consider myself and my family fortunate that I'm able to work from home and that I don't have to go out to actually go to work. I used to have to do that, but not anymore. So we were very fortunate. I was just having this conversation with Dolly the other day about how our family has been in this city, very, very fortunate to be able to weather this pandemic and not really be exposed to it too much. So, yeah. Let's see. Linda says, oh, you have the lowest infection rate. That's awesome, Linda. That's great to hear. Diane, I thought, yeah, it works both. Life is good and light is also good. So, yeah, it's also great. Either way. Jenny says they closed one street in downtown here to allow the restaurants to do. That's smart. See, because that way you can maintain the social distance and you need more space. For sure, Jenny. That's smart. We closed one street here so people can walk in the street. It's a big street that they closed. They closed, it's a 2-lane street. It's 34th Avenue. And it goes from like 70-something street all the way to 95th Street. So it's like almost a mile that's been closed. That's awesome. Hello, Rhiannon. Welcome. Good morning or good afternoon. No, I don't have the... well, I guess... Oh, yeah. We're both in New York, Linda. That's right. So, yeah. So what I do to what, Linda? Oh, yeah. We are. Yes, it's interesting because I was looking at the map a few weeks ago, right, kind of the early, and we were the highest. New York was the epicenter, right? They kept saying New York was the epicenter, and I live in Queens, and Queens was the epicenter of the epicenter. In my neighborhood, it was really creepy and scary. My neighborhood was the epicenter of Queens, which is the epicenter of New York, which is the epicenter of the United States. So I was in the epicenter of the epicenter of the epicenter. It was crazy. So we really didn't go out. We locked down. We bought an extra freezer. Like, we have a big fridge, and then in February, when we started hearing about this, we bought a big freezer, and we stocked up in February, like really stocked up. So we didn't have to go out for a few months because we had really, really filled our pantry. Let's see. Jenny says Colorado Springs has a really cool downtown with lots of restaurants. So it was a great, yeah, that's smart to close the street so the restaurants can have more space so people can go out and eat outside, which is great. Sadly, a lot of businesses are closing. I was reading about a lot of restaurants that have been around for years. Like a few restaurants were around for 50, 100 years old. They had to close because of the virus. So things are changing. Yeah. I don't think this country will be the same afterwards. Sue says she lives near Kalamazoo. It's a great name. They're closing a one-way street downtown for outdoor shopping today. Can keep distance, but yeah. I worry about things like shopping because people have a tendency not to maintain the social distance. But if they can do it safely, that's awesome. Yeah, correct. See, yeah, you were forward thinking like a lot of people I know. You bought your contagion mask in January, so that's awesome. A lot of people were not as forward thinking, and a lot of people were. So I hope everyone in the mob can stay safe and not have to go out if they don't need to. And that if you have people If you have family members that are elderly, just kind of really be safe around them and really wear your mask if you have one, or just keep your distance, because this is really serious and the numbers are going up. It's scary how the numbers keep going up. So yeah. See, Jenny, that's a benefit of being in the middle of nowhere. Jenny says, being from the middle of nowhere worked in my favor. I'm always prepared for 3 months of food and such. Yeah, that's the way to do it. You want to plan. You should always have at least 2 months worth of that. You could deal with 2 to 3 months worth of food in the house, and things that you need, necessities, medical stuff, first aid kits, things like that. We have all that stuff in the house. We don't have to go out and get it. Even though we live in a city, we live in New York, you want to plan, like, what if there's a blackout? What if you can't get to anywhere? What if something happens? Not being paranoid, just you want to prepare and be safe, because you don't know what could happen. Look at this. No one predicted this would be so severe, and yet here it is. So, yeah. Yeah, Craig, mine too. See, Craig says, like, my inner conspiracy theorist was screaming it was coming. When we started seeing what was happening in China, we started saying, okay, we need to prepare, because it's only a matter of time before that makes its way to our side of the world. And it wasn't that long after that. That was in late January, early February, and we started prepping. We started getting stuff. Hello, Federica from where? Drogheda, Ireland. Wow. Welcome. I don't know what time it is in Ireland, but good afternoon, good morning, good evening. You're originally from Italy with the name like Federica. Yes, I would imagine. Oh, wow. Italy had it really rough. And I think they're going to have a second wave soon, so yeah. I don't know what you mean by the aptitude. Can you clarify? I know it might be a language thing. The news here, well, things are spiking, so we want to be really careful of going out. We have to still wear masks. New York has actually flattened the curve. So if you look at the graph, we have less cases now. So New York is one of the few states where things are getting better. Bye, Sue. It's great to see you. Have a great day and a great weekend. Yeah. Yeah, Craig. See, things like that are indicators. When you see that you're playing a game or tech support or things that are based overseas and they lose all support, these are clues that you should be like, wait a minute, how would they lose all support? What exactly is happening? And those are indicators that, like red flags. Pay attention. You know, this is what's happening. Take action, you know? Jenny says, I grew up in a place where being snowed in with no electricity for a week at a time was the norm. Where did you grow up, Jenny? And I hope it's still not like that. Wow. Being snowed in for a week is, you have to plan ahead for sure. Afternoon, Federica. 1640, so it's 4:40 there. Excellent. So 4:40 in the afternoon, I'm guessing. Not 4:40 in the morning, so yeah. My Italian is rusty, but I did study Italian in college. So, but it's a little rusty. I'm practicing it again, though. I enjoy languages, but I'm not going to go so far as to create one like Tolkien did. But I do enjoy languages. So, the steps to take are, guys, just be safe. Practice your social distance. Wear a mask if you need to. If you're in the States, err on the side of caution and really wear a mask. Even if you're the only one wearing a mask, really, just do it. At least until there's a vaccine, you know? The eastern plains of Colorado still have my hometown has, wow. So Jenny, you really are kind of in the middle of nowhere. Your hometown has 800 people, and I'm sure they're all spread out. So definitely. Craig says the only advantage is getting snowed in and losing power is that icebox becomes outside, so you do not lose your freezer items. That's true, because you just put stuff in the snow. Yeah. Federica clarifies, I'm sorry. I mean, how are people doing in the following and distancing? And so here in Ireland, it's mostly followed by the folders. Oh, okay. Oh, by the older people, right? The youngsters are a bit reckless. Youngsters are immortal, so they don't think they can get sick. Here, we've had states that are reopening kind of haphazardly, recklessly, I want to say. The virus isn't gone. We're still in the first wave. And so, welcome, Chris. I'll get to that question in a second, Marie. That's a good question. Michelle, welcome. So, Federica, it's weird. Half of the country is doing well. Half of the country is spiking and getting more people sick. So the ones that reopen too soon, those are the ones getting sick, unfortunately. The ones that have observed social distancing and lockdown, those are the ones that are having less cases. And so that's the state of the country right now. Americans, and I am one, we don't like to we like to buck trends. That's just the nature of an American. So that's what we do. So in this case, it's hard for people to stay home and not be out and active and social. So this is what happens. If you watch around the world, you'll see that it was tough for a long time and then it eased. We have not wanted to do that. So now we there's a cost involved, you know? So Marie asks, wow, Craig, that's 149% increase. Jeez, that's a lot. Marie asks, will I finish the Ava James series? Yes, Marie. The Chronicles of the Modern Mystic will be finished at some point. But yes. Definitely. I haven't forgotten about Ava James. Ava James is actually the bridge between Sepia and Monty. So yes. Right. Yes, Federica, you're opening in phases. That's good. And Jenny, yeah, it's true. I mean, this country was founded in revolt. If you think about it, it was a revolution that started the country in a way. So that is part and parcel of who we are as our identity. And so following rules is kind of tough, you know? Chris, yeah. Having your parents bunkered in since March 17, I know they hate it, but the key is that they're still here. Because if they're high risk, you want to make sure that that's the population that you keep inside with as little exposure as possible to people who they're not related to, who aren't sick. Yes, that makes us revolting, Malcolm. Founded in revolt. Yeah, it makes us revolutionaries, if you want to look at it that way. Let's see. Yes, sometime in 2025, coming soon, Craig. Yeah, it'll probably be sometime next year, honestly, because this year is booked. I have to get Sepia done. If I don't, there's a contingent that will find me and hurt me. So I have to make sure Sepia gets done. So, and then Ava James will get done, and the John Kane series, which has been long neglected, will also get done. That's true. That's also true, Jenny. Jenny says Americans are button pushers. Right. Like if you put a bench and you say, don't touch this wet paint, guarantee that there will be fingerprints all over that bench. Because that's just the way we are. That's just our nature. So you cannot fundamentally change that about Americans. So it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because we'll take the risk and we'll go out there and we'll do things that other people won't do. It's a bad thing because in a case like this, we won't listen to the things that are best in our best interests, and we pay the price for it. So, yeah. So that's the situation. So Chris, I was talking earlier that we have to see if we can do this YouTube live stream thing and see how that works. Because we end up on YouTube anyway. What I like about the Facebook factor is that we can have people comment real time. I don't know if we can have that happen with YouTube, which is why I'm a little bit reluctant to leave Facebook. So we need to either find another way that we could do this and then upload it to YouTube like we've been doing, or if YouTube allows us to do this live the way we can do it on the phone and then upload. We'll see. Let's think options, because These are great, and I enjoy doing this with the mob, so it's awesome. We got about 15 minutes before the end, guys, and then like another 10 minutes for questions. So if you have questions, like Marie had about Ava James, please ask them now so I can address them. You know? But yeah, I'll definitely get to Ava James. Ava James is a fun book. That's when I started to really explore that urban fantasy kind of feel. Because Sepia was already in there, but Ava James really started the ball rolling in terms of that. Not many people remember Ava James. I know it's only one book, but not many people remember it. But I'll have to. She has a trilogy, so I have to finish that too. Yeah, Chris, we got to work with what we can. You know, I understand nature, and sometimes when we get storms here, it messes with our internet a lot too. And we're in New York. Imagine. So Jenny says, one of the other authors I follow moved to Mighty Networks. It's an interesting platform. I don't mind as long as it allows me to do this without being too difficult for you guys. So, oh yeah, Malcolm, that's a good point. There's a short story about Ava James' parents that you should definitely check out, Marie, if you haven't read it yet. I like Craig. Villains unite, mob villains needed, inquire within. All those are going to be trending hashtags. Ava has a short story, but it's mostly about her parents. You should definitely read it. Yeah. You should definitely read her. Most of these have short stories. Oh yeah, yeah, it's right, Chris. You're in Tornado. Yeah, that's just a tough place because you guys get storms, especially at this time of the year. You guys get a lot of storms. So yeah, the short story is called Dark Flame, Marie. If you guys don't know it, Linda wants to know how many Sepia books are you planning in total? I haven't started Sepia yet, so I'm trying to gauge when to start. 5 books total, and 3 books are done. So. You could read book 1, excuse me, and wait, but book 4 will be done, book 5 will be done, book 4 definitely this year, book 5 early next year probably. So, yeah. Now is good. I like that, Jenny. Yeah, 5 books total. That's when I used to think pentologies were awesome. Not so much anymore, even though Monty and Strong is up to 11 books. But I'm really a big fan of trilogies now because my time is so limited. So yeah. Cold Girl needs a backstory, how we got here kind of story. Oh, let's see. That's a good point, Craig. Because there's a little bit of explanation about Cece and how Monty was designated as her mentor. But I gotta go back into what's going on with her, for sure. Yeah. I'm looking on Facebook and it looks like my feed is frozen, but you guys seem to be okay. So let me refresh on Facebook. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was just off. All right. Yeah, Cold Girl needs a backstory. So a little bit more about Cece and what's happening back there. So when I do more Brew and Chew, I'll start divulging a little bit more of that because it explains a little bit about Cece and her mom and the Jotnar and where she comes from and why Monty was chosen. So there's a lot there to kind of unpack. Yeah. What about peaches, Audrey? Besides meat is life. Yeah, definitely, Malcolm. I'm going to make that part of the Brew and Chew because also, how did Frank end up as a lizard/dragon? That's a good. That could be explored in Brew and Chew. And why Rags? How did Rags become Cece's guardian? So there's a lot there to unpack within all those characters: Cece, Peaches, Rags, Frank. I mean, because they're kind of a ragtag kind of group. So there's a lot to open there, kind of that I couldn't really do in the main Monty and Strong stories. But the Brew and Chew stories makes that perfect. because those things could be catalysts for other stories within their series, you know? So, yeah, that's something to really kind of open up there. Because the Brew and Chew started with just them trying to find Simon, but now we can kind of touch upon the official naming of the Brew and Chew, what makes them a group, why are they a group, how do they become a group, you know. The next story, which is actually called Brew and Chew, is going to be a lot of fun. And then the one after that, Cold Girl, is going to be even more fun. Because she's also in danger. She's too powerful for her age, and so that makes her a threat. But you can't threaten someone who's under Monty's protection. So that's going to be a fun story. Oh, so had another secret story series, but I can't tell you too much about it. Only to say that it might be a romance. But if it is, it's not going to be under my name. But I'll let you guys know what the name is and what really happens. But it might be a paranormal romance. It's got to be paranormal because that's kind of my thing. But I kind of like to go into things that I've never done before, but that requires a lot of research. So, and it requires me finishing a few series first. So I got to kind of finish Division 13, which has one more book. Nightwater is like Monty and Strong, so that's 20 books. So that's not going to be finished anytime soon. Blackjack has a lot of books, actually. It has at least 6 books because it's shorter stories. So that's going to be, yeah. Brew and Chew so far has 3 stories, but I think that's going to be an ongoing series too because it's just so much fun. Assassin's Apprentice also has 3 stories, and that'll be done in 3 stories. But it has a spin-off series that comes with the second book. And Gideon right now has, I'm looking at the schedule, so far 4 stories. And Decon's, oh god, Decon's has like 3 stories. And Ruler Council, 3 stories also. So there's a lot of things that need to be done before I can even think about jumping into romance, but there you go. I'm looking at the questions. How is Frank still alive? Malcolm wants to know. Also known as why has Simon not shot him yet? Very good question. Frank is resilient and crafty and knows better than to confront Simon. Linda says, I'm just a big tease today. Well, I've always wanted to write romance, but I don't. It's like anything else. You have to research it. You have to know. You have to study it. You know what the tropes are. There's HEA. And it's a lot. For me, it's a lot to kind of get into. It took me a long time to be able to write urban fantasy, and I read urban fantasy my whole life. Romance is like, ugh. So, but I like to challenge myself, which is why I do short stories, why I do novellas, why I did a thriller, which is why I did a space opera. I kind of like to challenge myself to not fall into just one category. So romance is just, I even want to do a Western one day. That would be awesome because Louis L'Amour is a big, big author in my life. So there you go. The 10 needs a series too. The 10 have a series. I just haven't written it yet. I have so many covers. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 covers for the 10 done already. And I have the outlines already for all the stories. The 10 is going to be fantastic when I finally get to it. Let's see. Let me just check. When is the next Gideon novel? The next Gideon novel won't be happening for a while. It's called Vector Kill is the next one. If you paid attention in the first one, you realize that there were some sniper rifles that had special properties. That's as much as I can tell you. But Vector Kill deals with those rifles, with those weapons. So there you go. Welcome, Kenneth. Welcome, Timothy. We got about 15 minutes before we're done. So if you have questions, now is the time to ask. So the next Gideon novel will be probably late in the year because they're short. But they do take a lot of research because I try to get them. Like Craig helped me out in the last Gideon novel. I have a few other people who are like firearm experts and ex-military. My sister's ex-military. So I have to make sure that the stuff that I have in those books is as close to real as possible. So it takes a little more work. It's not magic, it's tech, and so it's different. Let's see. Mark says, "Tell Dolly I'm still waiting on that list." Okay, I'll tell her that. Jenny, say hi to your dog. Even he's telling me about how teasing it. Yeah. Chris is a time traveler, so he already knows what's happening. Mark is like, dude, you're killing me. Write faster. If I could write faster, I would, but I have to. There's a process, you know. Oh, I'm taking this great master class with. If you ever seen this on online, it's called Masterclass. It's an actual program, and you can take classes with like these awesome people. And I'm taking a master class with Neil Gaiman, of all people, and he's an awesome author, instructor. I mean, if you haven't heard about Neil Gaiman, wow, you need to go out and get some books, because he has a ton of books. But yeah, he's made. I always try to learn more about the craft of what I'm doing, because I don't think you ever finish. I don't think you ever arrive. I think you're always constantly learning. It's the martial artist in me kind of thing. So, yeah. So I'm taking a master class with Neil Gaiman. I'm learning a lot, and he has some great insights on writing that even now I'm still learning. I'm really young at this. I only started 2012, really, and it's only been 8 years. So I have a lot to learn still. Westerns. Yeah, Kenneth, I want to, but I mean, Louis L'Amour is a great inspiration. So, you know, I think I could do it if I just study the genre a bit. Yes, Audrey, no revolvers ejecting shells. That would be crazy. And I have heard of that. Of revolvers ejecting their shells, which makes no sense. Craig, have a great Dragon Day and a great Dragon weekend. Thanks for being here. Take care. So it's a matter of study and a matter of getting the tropes correct, you know? It's the only thing I'm young in. This is true. My writing. Oh, come on, Jenny. I wanted a semi-auto pistol. Come on. Really? That would have been awesome. Semi-auto revolver. Bam, bam, bam. Fan firing. But it does it by itself. No? Is that a hard no? You guys don't know how much grief I get. I mean, that's crazy. Pistols ejecting shells, right? How much grief I get from actual firearms, ex-military, about the covers with Simon and the teacup hold that the designers always have him holding his gun in. One firearm person was telling me, that gun is just not powerful enough for all the things Simon needs to do. You need to get him like a Deagle or, you know, a Smith & Wesson, 500. I'm like, I can't change all the book covers now. That's just too much work to do. But yeah, no ammo belts for pistols. But I could have speed loaders, Jenny. They could just go. Didn't you see the Stephen King Dark Tower? That was awesome with the speed loaders. That was fantastic. That was one of the best scenes in the movie. Was when Idris Elba was doing the speed loader moves. Those were great. So you could definitely do speed loaders, just no ammo belts. This is true. Magic rounds. Yes, and the gun itself is special. Grim Whisper is special. Well, Simon is not a mage, but he's learning magic, and he's getting more and more towards it. Although in this book, wow, things are just getting kind of crazy for him. But yeah, he's getting there. They're just runic bullets. That's it. You have entropy rounds, persuader rounds. That's all I need to say. It's like Dolly says, everything that needs to happen just becomes runic, huh? Go, yep. That's basically it. Yeah, speed loaders solve the whole ammo belt thing, because you can't have an ammo belt for a pistol. That's an author who hasn't done research, really. Because even I spent a lot of time researching stuff for Gideon Shepherd. And then I had people read certain things first before I even put it in the book. Because it doesn't take much to break the reality. I mean, it's a story, yes, and there's a suspension of belief, yes, but when you're using real weapons and real tech, even if it's super tech or high tech, you want it to be as close to reality as possible. So, yeah. So, and when it's tech, you can make it cutting edge tech, but it still needs to be based in some kind of reality. When it's magic, well then even the magic has to have some kind of explanation. That your magic has to make sense. As weird as that sounds, 'cause it's a paradox, but the magic needs to make sense. How's the website redesign coming? It's delayed because of Corona, I'm guessing, because we haven't really heard from the woman who's doing it. She's really good, but I'm guessing she's in Spain right now, and Spain is like dealing with a lot of that stuff. So, yeah. Malcolm says blame Van Helsing, the Van Helsing movie for rapid fire crossbows. Yeah, crossbows. Okay, crossbows are not rapid fire. And I've fired a crossbow, and loading a crossbow, the tension in the bow is ridiculous. So, yeah, they're not rapid fire. This whole firing a crossbow like a machine gun, no, that's magic. That doesn't happen in real life. It takes a lot to load a crossbow. And I've seen historically they've had crossbows that were like cannons. Like, they were really big. So I can't imagine how much tension they had to mount those, to send bolts out of that. But crossbows, rapid fire crossbows, yeah. I would never use rapid fire crossbows. Yeah. They are a pain to load. I've loaded them. If they were hydraulic, but then here's another thing that I wanted to write that I've never gotten around to. They could be steampunk crossbows, where you can have the crossbow mounted onto some kind of device with a cartridge of bolts underneath it that fed it into the crossbow itself, and then you could fire that, like a ballista. Yeah, but a mini ballista. But ballistas in general and in history, hard to manage, and the tension is ridiculous for things like that. So, again, authors can take poetic license, and they can take certain licenses with certain things, but after a while, you're stretching beliefs so far that it becomes ridiculous, unless you're making fun or parody, or you're entering into trebuchet. That would be it, Jenny. A trebuchet would be awesome. If you're making fun, or if you're making a parody of something, then you could kind of go into like, it's so ridiculous that it's funny. Like Terry Pratchett would do that all the time. He'd take something, and he would take it so far that it became funny. That's one thing. But if you're trying to be close to realism, that's a different thing. Right. A tactical repeating, bros. I have to look at that because that looks interesting. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go something wrist mounted, because why not? That would be awesome. That would be something I would put in Gideon, some high tech repeating crossbow. That would be small enough to be mounted on a wrist, and made out of polymer, so you could get through metal detectors. So something that's not metal, carbon fiber, things like that. That's what I would create. Something that along those lines, so it's hard to detect. Mark says siege weaponry. Yeah, siege weaponry didn't exactly have to move around that quickly or at all. So you would put it in one place, and then you would attack that wall until you destroyed the wall. So yeah, Jenny, G.I. Joe style, exactly, something like that. So if I'm gonna do something like that, I'd put that in Gideon and give it to Anvil and let her deal with something like that, because she's dangerous. She doesn't really use guns, but she does use blades. And she's dangerous with her blades. But she uses karambits, which are deadly in the right hands. A karambit is a seriously dangerous weapon if you've ever seen it used properly. Those things are scary. So any weapon that's used proficiently is dangerous. So a karambit, and she uses 2. And if you ever saw the Raid 2, the kitchen scene, they use karambits to fight in that fight scene. And just look at that, and you can see how dangerous a karambit could be. All right, guys, we got about 5 minutes, so ask your questions, because, yeah. And our next, let's see, when is our next, today is the 19th, so the next would be July 3rd. So you guys, I don't know if you're doing this right before Independence Day. And then in July, wow, it's already June, jeez. July 3rd, then the 17th, then the 31st. So I'll make sure you guys know beforehand, for sure. For sure. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes, guys. So So we've discussed a little bit of everything today. It's so awesome. See, this is what I'm saying. If we could just get together, everyone get together, we could have conversations that would last for days and days and days. Because we've discussed the virus, we've discussed writing, we've discussed guns, we've discussed trebuchet. It's not Trader's Day, Mark. It's Independence Day. Malcolm, the year's gone by. Okay, so 2020 has gone by really fast. I think a lot of it has to do with the virus, obviously, because time has just blurred, and every day is Blur's Day. But yeah, it's June, and it's going to be July in a few weeks, and it feels like we're still at the beginning of the year. So yeah, this month has lasted about 6 decades, Jenny, for sure. That's what it feels like, 6 decades. Well, Mark, on this side of the pond, we call it Independence Day. On your side of the pond, you can call it whatever you like. How's that? We call it Independence Day here. So, for good reason. So, yes. The Kaffee Klatsch, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correct. Kaffee Klatsch is always fun. I enjoy it. I mean, it's like the highlight of my month when we have our days scheduled and we can do it. And so this is why I'm going to have a real conversation with Chris about how we can try to make it as seamless as possible for everyone, you know? So true, Chris. Stop the world, I want to get off. I mean, yes, the world has experienced pandemics before. We get it. I mean, but the last one was in 1918. So it was about 100 years ago. So there you go. See, I like Jenny. Poke the imperialists with a stick. And then Malcolm was like, Trader's Day, anti-fascists. Hello, sweet Coco. We've got like 5 minutes and then we're leaving. But thank you for coming. Really? So Mark says, I will never forget the time an innocent young girl asked me why I wasn't going to any parties on the 4th of July. And what did you say? It's not my Independence Day? What does your wife say to that, Mark? I'd like to hear her opinion. The second Spanish flu was around 1921. Thank you, Malcolm. Yeah, see, so we've gone through these things before, but still, I mean, yeah, it's rough. It's not easy. And it does kind of compress time and make the days turn into one. It's like Jenny says, this 1 month has lasted 6 decades. March, you know, yeah, has lasted like 10 months already. Diane says to Mark and Malcolm, did you really want us back? Do you guys really want us back? Because I would think right now you guys are really happy not to have us as part of the colonies. So this, I mean, and we discussed this earlier. I think it's very different sensibilities in terms of Americans and the British. So different ways of being. No, you cannot be selective, Malcolm. You have to take everyone back. If you want to take back part of the country, you can't. You can't just have, certain parts. You got to take everything. It's a full package deal. And that's one thing that we as Americans always have to remember, that we're one country. Even though the states are separate, it's still one country. Oh, yeah, I get it, Mark. See, Mark says you give him more grief about it than anyone. And you had to explain to the girl why we were celebrating independence from whom. So she didn't make that connection? That's interesting. Audrey, I agree. We would just be too much trouble at this point. You wouldn't want us back. We'd be too much trouble. More trouble than we're worth, for sure. It's like Jenny was saying, it's a country, and it's the foundation. It's it's rebellion. So what can I tell you? Yeah, Mark, I was about to say she didn't really connect the dots there. Right, Audrey, we don't. Yeah, see, like, how would we even communicate? You guys speak English, we speak American. This is like a Monty and Simon conversation. It's like, American and English are not the same language at all. What's a lorry? You ask for a lorry in the States, and that's someone's name. And in England, it's a truck. So already you have a problem. See? So it wouldn't work. Sorry. This is why Monty and Simon barely understand each other sometimes, because although they seem to be speaking the same language, they really aren't. So we need an interpreter. Trust me, when I went to the UK, I went to London. Yeah, it was like some of the things people would say. And yes, I know we have an accent, and English has an accent. The English have an accent too. So on top of the accent that I had to deal with, because I was only there for 2 weeks, I had to get past the accent and then the use of words that, even though I thought I knew what they meant something completely different. And I had to kind of like, excuse me, can you explain that? Say that again? What? So, yeah, that would be my life. Yeah, I'm sure it's a name there too. But see, it's a name there, Malcolm, and it's a truck. Here, a lorry is just the name here. Exactly, Jenny. See, terrible rebellious people who would start a revolt just for fun. Yeah, well, like the first thing we revolt would be tea. That would be an issue. See? Why do we need tea time? There you go. That's going to start an uproar right there. Yeah, trouser and paint. Yeah, even better. There you go. If you want to see, Jenny's on the right track. If you want to hear what Shakespeare sounded like, go to Kentucky. And here we have even, you think it's bad over there. Here, every state has regional words. So it would never work. So in New York, certain things are said one way. In, like, let's say Jenny in Kentucky, certain things are said one way. In other parts of the country, certain things are said differently. So it's amazing. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to watch the whole, well, I'm going to try and watch over the weekend. Definitely over the weekend, I'm going to watch all of The Mandalorian. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then, it elects. And then, you guys, I want you guys to have a great weekend. And stay safe. Social distance, please. Social distance. Wear your mask. Be careful when you go out, please. The protests are still going on, which is amazing to me, but because of the momentum that it has. Not amazing because of the cause. Just amazing that it's been prolonged and it's going on. And you guys really just, I want you all to be safe and healthy and wear your mask, maintain social distance, keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Remember that the virus can also be asymptomatic, so you don't know who has and who doesn't have it. So if you're in doubt, wear your mask and just avoid situations where you could be exposed. Have a great weekend. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm in the mob every single day except the weekends, and even on the weekends I float. I'm there, kind of in the background, but I'm there. But if you can't find me, and I know you guys are tired of hearing me say this, really reach out to the pack. They're there for a reason. They're the most awesome mods on Facebook in any of the rooms ever. They are the mods to have. And they really make sure that the room maintains the feel that it is of a family. And, there are things that behind the scenes that you guys will never see. And that's because the mods are the ones who make the room awesome. So reach out to them if you have anything that you need. You can't speak to me, you can't find me. The mods are there, and they'll help you the best that they can, or they'll contact me. So talk to them, and every so often say hi, because they're the ones who do all the behind the scenes work to make sure that the room is as awesome as it is. And I want to wish you guys an amazing weekend. The weather is nice, so if you can go out and maintain social distance, please do. The pack is awesome, Malcolm. Yes. And yeah, go out, try to get at least some sun, some air, and then, just stay safe, all right? Be excellent, guys. Awesome.